Today's podcast is brought to you by the letters LTT.
To begin your web page, the first thing you want to do is go to Update by using the RWD. Now mine says RWD Site Admin. Yours is just going to be an RWD folder. You'll want to open that folder with a double click, and inside there you will only have one icon. It will be the RWD Builder Res. To the side of that you will see a little icon. Please click on that only one time, and then click on the Update button. Now this only needs to be done once on the laptop you're using, and then you can close that window, and now you're ready to begin building your website. You'll have a folder on this desktop that's going to be your user conference. It's usually your last name, first initial on that folder. So open that folder. Mine has many pages in it because I've done a lot of pages on my website. Yours will probably just have one called Home Space Page. You'll want to keep that name just as it is. I'm going to double click on it, but you do not want to change the page name from Home Space Page, or it will not show up on the internet. You can change the subject. This will show up on the internet, and you can leave spaces in the subject name. So once you've got that in, then you want to pull your mouse down. Notice as I get right here to the middle, I get the two lines. Now if I click when I get the two lines, or if you can see this tiny little arrow in the middle, you can click on that. Either way, it brings up all the workspace. This is the main part of my page. This is the part that's going to be where I'm going to put my information. Now I always suggest that your very first page of your website be the index page, sort of like your table of contents. And so to create that, I need to first plan what links I need to have on my website. Now I've decided on this one I'm going to do the schedule, rules, and assignments. So I put them in a table. I'm going to remove this table just to show you how to put it back in. And to remove it, I need to select it by dragging out beyond the table and then pulling over and making sure that I grab the whole table. So now you can see that the blue outline is around, not just inside the table cells. And then I can hit the delete key. Now I'm going to put a new table in. So I'm going to go to Insert, Table, and this is where I get my choice of how many rows do I want, how many columns do I want in my table, do I want it aligned left, center, or right. I'm going to make mine center. I'm leaving it at 2 rows and 3 columns. That's your choice. And on the width, just tap one time here to make it blue and type in 85 for the width. That's just a real good width that keeps it right underneath the county border that they have at the top of your web page. And then click OK. Now, I'm going to put the information in these cells that will actually be words that I'll link to my other pages. So the first one here I'm going to choose will be assignments. The second one I'm going to do is going to be rules. And the last one that I'm going to do would be, I'll make it field trips. It can be whatever you need it to be. And I could put more underneath in the next row if I wanted to. Now if I want to change the font on those, I can select them all, just drag over top of them. I can make them larger. 10's kind of small, so I'd suggest at least 14. And if I want a different font, I'm going to go down here and get the Comic Sans font. Again, you choose what you want. Make it something that's very easy to read, nice, clean, and crisp. Okay, and it's there's really no reason to change the color of the font because these are going to be links. And when we make them a link, they'll automatically be a royal blue color. So I've got the beginning of my website here. If I want to see what this looks like on the internet, then I want to go up here to Save and Close, and I'm just going to choose Save. And then I'm going to open up the internet, and I'm going to go to my website and look at it. Just know that every time you make changes on here and you save it, you need to refresh your website page so you'll see those changes. Okay, if I want to link the information that I have on here, all I need to do is highlight, like here's assignments. I'm going to highlight that. Now there's 2 ways you can do it. You can either right click and choose Make Link, or you can highlight it and click on this icon which says Make Link Also. The target URL comes up, and the only thing you need to type in there is the name of the page. Now these are pages that I've created up here before. I don't see one that's called assignments, so we're just going to kind of pretend here. But whatever I have named the page, I have got to make sure that I type it exactly like that in the target URL. If it's a capital letter, that's what I have to have down here. If it has an underscore, that's what I'd have to have in the target URL. So I'm going to type one here that says ISafeK_2. So you can see that has to have the exact name. There it is. And then that's all you need to do. You do not need to put link to marker. You do not need to put a link title. If this is in your folder, in your conference folder, you keep it on the same window because that's coming from the CCPS server. If it's going to another internet page that's not a CCPS page, then you would pull this down and choose New Window. Since it's on our server, it's in my conference folder, I'm just going to click OK. Now notice that it's now royal blue, and there's a little icon next to it. That icon just means that that word has been linked. If I ever want to see what it was I linked it to, I can double click on that icon and it brings this right back up, that format link. And that's what I linked it to. All right, I'm going to cancel that. That's the way you begin your page. Now, to create a new page, I'm going to save and close this one to get out of here. To create a new page, you just go up to the top where it says Add Web Page. Click on that. Choose Blank RWD Page. Double click that. And then it's ready for you to type the name of the new page. Well, I better do one that's called Assignment so I can actually make my link be the correct link. So this one's called Assignments. I can't seem to spell right today. There we go. The subject area, I don't want it to say Standard Blank RWD Page. This is going to show at the top, so I'm going to call it Assignments. Okay. And I might want to say assignments for, such and such a class, whatever. And I'm going to save and close that because it does not accept the name until you first save and close it. Now, here's the page I just created called Assignments. I can double click it. To link that to my original page, the one that we're calling our home page, that we have suggested you use as a contents or an index, then what you'll need to do is open up that first page. Mine was called Home Page. Yours would be too. That's the only thing it can be called. And I'm going to change this link here from here and make it go to my Assignments page. Now, it's very important. If I called it Assignment with no S, that's what I have to write in here. If it's plural, I've got to make sure the S is there. And then I click OK. That's all I need to do. Now, when they go to my website, this is what they'd see. They would click on the word Assignments, and it will take them to the assignment page. All right, so I'm going to save and close this. Here's my assignment page again. To start building my assignment page, I'm going to put whatever information I need down here for their assignments. I can just begin typing, just like you'd type an email message. Or if I'd like it organized in a table, again, I would insert a table. Now, I always use tables, even if it's a table that only has one cell in it. I always do that. So what I'm going to do right now is just show you how to make a table. This one's going to have one row, and it's going to have only one column, and I am going to make it left aligned, and then the width is always 85, and I'm going to click OK, because I want to show you how easy it is to add rows to it. So this is the first assignment for our class. All right, now if I want another row, all I have to do is make sure that my cursor is blinking in the last cell, and I only have one cell in this one, and then I push the tab key and it automatically makes another row. Remember also, if you pull down here and you let this go to the 2 lines, you can click and you'll only be seeing your workspace then. So again, I can type whatever I want to type here. If I want another row, I just push the tab key and I've got another row. That's how easy it is to create more rows. I can always change my text color, just highlight it, and if it's not a link, it'll keep the color. So let's make that one red. I can change my font, change the size of the font. Lots of options there. Okay, and then make sure you save and close that, and now that is linked to the home page. Look at it on the internet. Be sure to refresh your page, and it should be all set.
If you have an idea for a future podcast, please send it to yourcharlotteschools.com/askchrisbress, or you can send them via email to askchrisbress@gmail.com. Thank you.